Welcome to the Light Up podcast. I am your host, Amy Wilkinson. I'm an intuitive guide and soul mentor. And through this podcast, you will receive conscious conversations, powerful downloads, and soul-stirring activations that will both support and inspire you to tap into your intuition, follow that higher calling, and live a life aligned with your soul. Because you are here to co-create a life rich in abundance, freedom, and deep joy, and to unleash who you truly came here to be. And we're here to help you discover how to access that. So let's dive on in and light up. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Light Up Podcast. It's been a little minute because, and I've got a good reason for this. I don't know if this is the energy of August. Like, how has your August been? Honestly, for me, it's been a little bit of a shit show, really. I mean, I started off feeling really great about August, super pumped, super positive, and it was flowing pretty nicely. And then things went weird in the sky. I'm pretty sure there was a Mercury retrograde. Well, I know there was. And then there was that doozy of a full moon last week. And I mean, I don't know a lot about astrology, but I do know when big stuff's going on in the skies. I do know that was a really big full moon. So this is what happened to me. Woke up early on the Sunday morning to our fire alarm going off. And if you have those fire alarms that just go through, like they're wired through the house, they're all connected to each other. There's a ridiculous amount of them in every single room. Like, I'm all for safety. But when these little buggers go off, honestly, it is unbearable. I wish I could hear from you guys if you have had this experience before of these, I guess they're kind of newer system that they put in houses these days. Anyway, it kept going off and it went off a number of times. And then this was throughout the morning. My husband needed to go to the supermarket. He'd been going and like pressing the button to turn them off while we navigate through it and work out what the hell was going on. So my husband is out and the alarm goes off again. So what did I do? I went upstairs into our bedroom. We've got this big armchair in our bedroom. Now, if you don't know me, I'm quite short. So in order for me to get up onto the roof, and you've got to imagine this siren is going off. Kids are like screaming. Well, not screaming. I mean, they're pretty used to it by this time, but still, there was a little bit of hysteria in the house, probably from myself as well. Anyway, so I pulled the armchair over and stood up on the side of the armchair to reach up. Didn't get to reach up because lo and behold, the armchair flipped underneath me and I landed on the other arm, on my ribs, and then it all happened very quickly, but yet slowly, if you know what I mean. Anyway, needless to say, I injured myself pretty badly. I threw myself off through my spine, my neck, all of that. So last week was a write-off and I felt a bit broken, to be honest. And I'm a big believer that everything in our world is happening for a reason. We're not a victim of circumstance. Life isn't happening to us. We're not being punished, and it's happening for us. So I really had to take some space to feel into what I was being shown and what was going on for me. And to be honest, it really felt like this rebirthing experience, like the butterfly going through the chrysalis, which I've since heard is quite a painful experience. So I was definitely there in the pain. This was right on the energy of the full moon. So it was a lot of releasing. There were a lot of tears shed. It brought up a lot of emotion in me. And I know, again, our emotions are indicators from our body of what needs to clear and be released. So I embrace them and I let the tears flow. And I felt better after that. And I've definitely feel a shift on the other side of it. But man, it was a doozy. So I popped a little meditation up for a podcast last week, and I hope that you have listened to it. It's the Co-Create Your World meditation. It's one of my favorites for manifesting and for tapping into that infinite field of potential where we can co-create with the divine. So if you haven't had a listen to it, jump on. And if you're someone in your life that you'd like to share it with who likes meditation, please share it. It would mean a lot for me and for them as well to receive it. All right, so I have today done a little reel on Instagram, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to expand on this on a little podcast episode for you guys. Maybe you follow me on Instagram, maybe you don't, but there is a call to action there, which I'll share at the end of this episode so you guys can get a really cool freebie, which I think you're going to love. So, what I shared on this Instagram reel, and this came to me last night as a really, really potent reminder for all of us, because I feel like this is something that we in humans, in our humanness, do quite unconsciously a lot of the times, and then wonder why it is we're not able to manifest, or why the thing that we are desiring isn't landing, isn't materializing into our reality. And this is the energy of waiting. Waiting for the thing to arrive, waiting for it to happen. And I hear this a lot in my coaching. I'm waiting for this, or I've been waiting for this. And what I want to speak to is the energy of waiting, and why that can actually be a repellent to our manifestations rather than an attractor of it. So, this energy, when we're in the energy of waiting, the really big thing about this is that when we're in the energy of waiting, we don't believe that we have it. So essentially, we are in two emotional states, two really clear emotional states are playing out. One, firstly, it's the wanting the situation to be different, wanting something to be in your life that's not in your life. Okay. And the second one then is lack, because when we are in the energy of waiting and we don't believe we have it, because therefore we're waiting, we are in the energy of lack. Okay, the thing that I want, the situation that I want, the desire that I want is not in my life now. I don't have it and I'm waiting for it. And I want to speak to why this can be a really big repellent. This can keep those desires away at arm's length. I've spoken about this before. It's not so much about, even though I call it co-creating, it's not so much about you actually creating something in your life. Everything, every potential, every possibility is already alive. It's already created. It already exists in the quantum field. So our job is to line up on the frequency of that so that we can receive it into our life. Now, the energy of waiting puts us in a state of lack. And when we're trying to manifest from a place of lack, it's literally like trying to push shit uphill. Right. So what do we do instead? Right? We need to be able to manifest from a place of wholeness. What does that mean? It means believing that we already have everything that we desire right now. We already have access to that. There is nothing that is lacking in our life. I want to go a step further here, because so often we believe, and I want to put this as a little asterisk note to the side here. So often we believe that it's the thing that we want to create in our life, that we want to manifest in our life, that's going to make us feel a certain way. All right, once I make this amount of money, once I take that holiday, once I could get that car, once I buy that home, then I will feel this, right? It is not actually the thing that we are after in truth. Now, you will know this if you've ever gotten anything before, manifested something into your life, and you think that it's the thing that you are after. You know that there is a moment when you can feel a level of happiness, gratification, but it is fleeting. So what is it that we are seeking if it's not the thing? Right? We've all got a new car. It feels great for a minute, and then it's like, kind of what next? It's not the thing that we're after. When you really tap into your desires, when you really tap into what your soul is seeking? We're seeking the feeling. We're seeking the feeling that that thing might give us, right? When I ask my community, when I'm in my Light Path Collective call and in the group coaching that I do, and I ask them, what is it that you are desiring right now? What is it that you are seeking? Right? I'll hear words like fulfillment, joy, expansion, love, abundance, right? All of the things that we think something might give us. And it's a real illusion to believe that there could be something outside of us that can create that state. What I want to remind you is you have the ability to tap into those feeling states right now. And so now I'm getting to what is the antidote to this? What is the antidote to waiting? If waiting is more of a repellent, if being in the energy of that is keeping those desires away from us, then how do we call it in? So this is about being in the feeling of your desire, of that wish, of that dream, already fulfilled. When we do that, we are creating from wholeness. We are telling the universe, there is nothing that I lack right now. I have access to all of this. This is how I'm feeling. Because what happens is we don't get in, we don't create, we don't manifest what it is that we want. You would know this. You can want and wish and hope and want and wait, and it never comes. So that is not how we manifest. We manifest via the energy of who we are being. Who we are being is our feelings, our thoughts, our actions. So manifestation is not a dormant kind of process where we're just sitting back, hoping, wishing, praying. Yes, there are things that, manifestation and prayer work, meditation and prayer work are really beautiful, key, powerful practices where we start to tap into more of the 5D realm and we can bring in those things into our reality. Sure, that helps. But manifestation is an active process. We are a participant in that. Okay, that doesn't mean that we've got to strive and hustle and force and control. That's not the energy I'm talking about. It is more in that feminine energy of a knowingness that we already have it in our life now. Now, what this does is it tricks our mind and it tricks our subconscious into believing that we already have it. Okay, so our subconscious isn't able to differentiate between what is past, what is present, what is future, because all of that is an illusion. So if we assume the feeling already of that which we are seeking already fulfilled, that wish already fulfilled, that it is here, that it is done, and we stay in the energy and the state of that, my friends, is how we draw it in. That removes the obstacles. Okay, life responds to the energy of who we are being, what we believe we are capable of attracting in, what we feel. So that is a really beautiful, powerful, active way for you to be in a really conscious place of co-creation. So from that place, so we've assumed the feeling, and then the little action part of this, because we all need to be in participation, in action as well. The action part is to asking the divine that you are co-creating with, spirit, soul, universe, quantum, whatever you want to call it. What would you have me do today? Okay, so if you're assuming that feeling, you're getting in the vibration and the resonance of it, and then you ask, what would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say? And this is where intuition is a key part of manifestation, because then you follow the breadcrumbs. You look at the signs and the synchronicities, which are just showing you that what it is that you are seeking is also seeking you, and it is on its way to you. We just get really good at not letting it in because we buy into the illusion of separation and lack, and we feel like we don't have it or we're not worthy of it. Knowing that you are worthy just because you are is one of the most powerful beliefs that you can have, that you can reprogram into your subconsciousness, into your nervous system. I am worthy because I am. And the universe loves to support me. So doing some powerful work with affirmations is really going to help to have that feeling state come to life. So this is where it gets to the little gift that I want to give you guys. If you pop over to my Instagram, and I'm going to put the link in the show notes, just click on it. Send me a DM with the word desire or desires, either of those. And I am going to send you back a subliminal. It's called My Desires Fulfilled Subliminal. It is a powerful, I think it's about 45 minutes long. And if you're not familiar with subliminals, I'm a really big fan of them in reprogramming our subconscious mind and clearing the limiting beliefs that tend to keep things away from us. The limiting beliefs that might sound like, it's not here yet, I'm not worthy, where is it? Right? That these thoughts that we have continually going, we can catch ourselves in that. Those are the things that are trapped in this energy of waiting and lack and wanting. Okay. So we want to flip that. We want to shift from wanting into, or wanting and waiting into, it is done, it is here. There's a really powerful book by, it's called It Is Done. And it's by, is it Richard Dot? And it's it's the opposite of, he talks about as it being the opposite of worry. Worry, like wanting and like waiting, keep things further away from us. And they're kind of really pointless emotions. Okay, because in the worrying and the wanting, it's really coming from that place of lack and believing that we don't have it. So it is done. It is here. I have it now. Gratitude. All of these things are magnetic. All of those feeling states are magnetic. And if you don't know, although I've mentioned it before, if you've listened to my podcast for a while, our feelings that arise out of our heart, our feelings are literally, scientifically, they are magnetic. Okay, and life is going to respond by giving you more of that's in the feeling state. So you want to be cultivating those feelings of gratitude, of abundance, or feeling like you have it now. That's what this subliminal is going to help you to do. So comment the word, DM me the word desire, and I will send it back through to you. The subliminals bypass the conscious mind. This is why they are so powerful. Often it's tricky to get those new beliefs into our subconscious mind because our conscious mind, or into our subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind can reject it and push it away and say, no, that's not true. Right? In subliminals, we aren't hearing them through our conscious mind. We're hearing them more through the inner ear, which goes into our subconscious mind. Okay, so there's high frequency resonance, high frequency sounds that you'll be hearing. You can do this in a relaxed state, or you can even have them. I play these in the background when I'm working because I can still concentrate on my work and have the sounds around me and moving through me with the subliminals. So it is powerful. So send me that and let me know how you find it. And just before we finish, beautiful ones, I want to mention that if you love this work, if you want to be a part of this more and dive deeper into these teachings in a way where you can really harness them to create some change in your life, because nothing changes if nothing changes, then feel free to join my community, the Light Path Collective community. It's only $77 a month and we get 2 calls. But here's the thing, you get a fortnight for free if you join. So you can come, try it out. If it doesn't work for you, you can cancel and then there's no charge. If you can't make the live calls, you can join the replay. The women in there are having really powerful shifts and it is a really beautiful, supportive community where we impact each other, where we support each other, and there's an amplification, a big resonance that happens when there's a collective energy and when we're working towards our own individual goals and desires. So it gets to be a lot easier than what we make it out to be. It can be fun, and we can tap into the limitless potential that is available for us all. And why wouldn't you? All right, beautiful beings, that is all from me now. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like it, follow along on your platform. A review would be amazing. And or share it. Send it to one person who you think might dig it, who might get benefit from it. All right, I love you all. Have an amazing week.